Hi children, welcome to my fourth video on the very first lesson of our 10th standard. Children, actually we have vocabulary, but we are starting with the grammar. As you always know, grammar gives glamour. So this one and the fifth video completely based on grammar. This one we are discussing the clause, defining and non-defining. And then my next video you are going to have the voice. Both these segments come under the first lesson, attitude is altitude, from our first unit, personality development. Children, I think you know the difference between class and class. CLASS, class. You're all group of students. It makes a class. Now coming to grammar, this is clause. CLAUSE. There you see clauses. Clauses. In ninth standard, already we had a small introduction of clauses in the last lesson. If you remember, Abraham Lincoln lesson very clearly, that is freedom. In that unit freedom, we clearly had a small introduction to relative clauses. I try to quote one sentence so that you can remember. Try to recall, the man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner. Once again, children, the man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner. I think you remember, all of you. Whose words are these? Yes, undoubtedly Abraham Lincoln. No doubt. Is it Abraham Lincoln? Wrong, no? Nelson Mandela. A small test for you. Whether you go with me or you are able to recall properly. Those are the words of the great Nelson Mandela. And in that, very clearly you see, the man who takes away another man's freedom. Who takes away? See, the man who takes away. There that word who, it defines who the person is. So that is called defining relative clause. It clearly states who the man is. That word who, that really defines the rest of the words. So children, here clause means group of words. Very clearly see children, this is from Wren and Martin. This is a direct definition. A clause is a group of words that forms part of a sentence and has a subject and a predicate of its own. Combined is called a clause. So children, I told you, now come here. So clause you understood, all of you. In a sentence, the group of words with a subject and a predicate is called a clause. Okay sir, that's well and good. So how many are there, these clauses? Children, I think you remember DRC and NDRC. Remember children? Defining relative clause. Children, defining relative clause, and it is also called as restrictive relative clause. And the second one is non-defining relative clause. So let us come to defining relative clause, children. Here you see, what is defining relative clause? It is preceding noun in a such a way that it may be identified from other nouns of the same category. Difficult term to understand. Once again you see. Let us go with the example to leave about the definition. The boy who gave me this book did not tell his name. Children, if you remember, I very clearly told you how to identify DRC. In DRC means defined relative clause, you don't have any punctuation marks, you see. So very clearly it was given, the boy who gave me this book did not tell his name. So this boy here who refers to a particular boy, we are not, we don't know about that boy. So here the noun is defined. The boy, which is the noun, is defined with the word who. That's why it's called defining relative class. And you see, if this class is omitted means not there. It would not be clear which boy we are talking about. We don't know. Because there are many boys, no. But particularly it states about the boy who gave me this book. And he is the boy who didn't tell his name. Understood? So let us go to another example. The dog which went mad had been shot dead. So there are many dogs. So one particular dog which went mad had been shot dead. Here also see in this sentence, no punctuation, no commas, no hyphens. Next example you see, she gave me every item which that means which or that I asked for. Here also no punctuation. Next one, the man who brought you here is my uncle. Many men are there, but one particular man brought you, and that person is my uncle. All who are that saw him were happy. Here also, who are that. Don't worry about these words, who, which, that. The only thing what you have to see, when there is no punctuation, that is defining relative class. Children understood? Now let us go to non-defining relative class. Very simple, children. Sir, already defined relative clause you explained. So what is the basic difference between these two? In non-defining relative clause, you will have punctuation. That's it. So it is adding some more information about already defined nouns or pronouns. We add a comma or an hyphen. We will add. You directly go to the example. See, very clearly you see, children. My friend, comma, who is still without a job, comma, got engaged last week. So specifically you are telling about your friend. Of course you didn't name him. There are many friends of somebody, but it is your friend. So you already defined. That's why you are adding more information by dividing the whole sentence or clause into commas. And next one you see, Satish, comma, whom you dislike, comma, speaks highly of you. Clearly we said the name of the boy, Mr. Satish, and we are adding more information about him. And next sentence you see, my father, comma, who is a teacher, comma, is very honest. So here also you are speaking about your father and you are giving information about him. And the last one, the boys, comma, who had scooters reached there on time. Every boy doesn't have a scooter. Only the boys who had scooters, they reached there on time. So here also commas are separating the sentence. So finally children, in conclusion, NDRC you have punctuation. DRC you don't have punctuation. On the whole, both are called defining relative class, non-defining relative class. Children, hope you understood. If you haven't, once again watch this video. After this I am going to share a small assignment, a worksheet, so that you can do on your own DRC and NDRC. Okay children, bye.